to The Talk. Now, a man who claims he was unlawfully sacked as Scotland's first period poverty czar because of his sex is taking legal action against the councils that hired him. Jason Grant, whose appointment as a period dignity officer sparked a backlash last year, claims his abrupt dismissal was a breach of the Equality Act. His job was to involve explaining sanitary products and periods to teenage girls, which led to claims he would be mansplaining menstruation. Now, the role was scrapped after the group that hired him said it faced threats and abuse after handing the job to a man. Now, we covered this story at the time, didn't we? It was a very bad move. And at the end of the day, I do feel sorry for this guy because he was just at the centre of the storm. He turned up, done his interview, got the job.
What kind of man applies for a job like that?
A salesman. It's quite easy to sell period products to teenage girls, to be fair. But as our resident period dignity officer, JJ, what's your take on this story?
Why has he got that
fired
title?
Also. I got the job because I was the best person for the job.
He was TalkTV's period dignity officer
officially,
last year.
and I was sacked. Which I also am going to take you guys to court.
I don't know if you're being serious.
I think this guy probably was fired because he's a man.
Yes.
But if we're going to say that men can have periods, which some people are saying, then what's wrong with a man doing the job?
It's a cis man.
Okay, but either it's men or it's
Look,
this
isn't even worthy of debate. Come on.
It's a stupid job.
No, it's just a moot point from JJ. Let me shut him down, Isabel. He's taking down a peg or two.
I'm saying that whilst we can laugh about this story, it is absolutely symbolic of the complete profligacy with taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
OK, this is a stupid appointment which was never going to end
36 grand a year.
The appointment was on taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
Now there's a stupid industrial tribunal which will also use up taxpayers' money. We as a country, if you replicate that attitude to taxpayers' money across the country, that is why we're in the situation we are.
But I think that's an interesting point.
And presumably they're going to give the job to somebody else now. So they haven't done away with the job, have they? They've just done away with him doing the job.
It's unclear whether they've
it's better for them if they've made the job redundant.
Yeah, but I think there are a whole range of things here, because I agree with you that, first of all, having the job in the first place, that certainly, you know, one has to wonder whether it's biology or other teachers are there to do, and whether this job is really a necessary thing to do. The second thing is that you've got to... the second thing is you've got to question the people who hired this person in the first place. What are they doing? What was their remit, and why did they hire them in the first place, knowing that perhaps there would be an outrage? And the third thing is you've really got to list skills. You should be able to employ anybody, male or female, to do any job. And if they have the skills, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to have lived the experience. They have to be qualified for that job. And if you do any decent job specification, if you want to get rid of all sexism in the workplace and all this other stuff, just because you have a lived experience doesn't necessarily mean that you're the right person to do it. But I would go right back to the question and say, what the hell are we doing employing this person in the first place?
Your 3-minute blowhard explanation, frankly, is what's wrong with the country. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm saying we shouldn't have the job in the first place.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a job. There's no need for the job.
I think
There's no need to waste public money on it.
That's what I said.
And the whole point of explaining why there shouldn't be one shouldn't take 3 minutes. It should take 1 minute, and you should just go, no. That's it.
I think that there is an argument that this job is of value because this person was sort of connected to a company that was going to be handing out sanitary towels,
even
and tampons,
worse. Then we're just using taxpayers' money to promote some
teenage
private
girls have managed on their own for quite a long time.
No, this is the point. They haven't.
Yes, they have.
They haven't managed on their own.
Well, where have they not managed?
Period poverty is such a big issue in the UK.
No,
there would be young girls. No, there would be
really
young girls and they would miss a fifth of their school time because they would not bother going into...
there's plenty of young girls in Dundee missing a fifth of their school time because they're on crack. You know, but why don't you get a crack officer to help them go to school?
Mike Graham.
They haven't been to Dundee.
They would miss time off school because they would be mortified and embarrassed about bleeding at school because they couldn't have access to sanitary towels.
I'm not buying that. I think that's absolute twaddle.
No, I'd agree with that, 100%.
100%.
In the school I went to, it was a normal enough middle-class Catholic school, but there were girls in my school, I remember in Year 7, whose parents couldn't afford to buy them the stuff they needed.
Well, we come right down to that argument about VAT being on these products, which
it should be free, full stop. It should be free.
Luxury tax was taken off, but I do believe that VAT still applies to certain products.
Yeah, VAT is so-called luxury
And also, I think the
tax,
Scottish Government changed their approach as well, and they were going to make it possible for.
I mean, they are really. It is really expensive.
But if you want to say give the kids access to it free, fine. You don't need some bloke bloke to tell them it's
bizarre.
free.
No.
No, it's
Do
not
you?
a bloke going around saying it's free. It's somebody going around talking about, which is why I think that lived experience is really, really important.
parents
Talking
are
about
for.
different things to do with periods, but not all parents are like you, Isabel, who feel like they're
Yeah.
Yeah,
able
but you
to
can't,
talk
you
to their
can't
kids.
baby everybody who doesn't have good parents. You just
No.
can't.
but you
Can you,
You
can
can
you
help
give?
them.
Do you think
You can
you'd be
help
able
them.
to give a good speech to your daughters about how period pain, dysmenorrhea?
No.
No, exactly. So it would be great if you had a period
But I didn't
czar
have
that
to.
preferably
She had a
wasn't a
mother
guy.
who did that.
Yeah, but not everybody
Not
has a
everyone
mother
does.
who's able
Well,
to talk about that.
we can't help
like you said,
everybody
they
who
might
doesn't
be
have
on
a
crack
decent
or
parent.
something.
Yeah.
You can't.
But
You just can't.
But listen, if this guy was actually a doctor and specialised in it, would that make a difference?
A bit,
it would.
yeah.
No,
I
because
think
the
it
job's
actually
pointless.
would. Yeah.
The job is not pointless.
It's
mate.
I
pointless.
still
No,
think the
it's
job
not.
was pointless, but at least he would have some credentials,
Yeah.
clear credentials.
Yeah.
I mean, what his next
comes
job's going to
back
be?
to
What's
my
his next
point,
job
you've
going to
gotta
be?
have-
UFO spotter, for the Dundee Council. Hey, I can see something.